All right, y'all. Now let's get into some answers of this number lines and graphing polynomials and the Desmos challenge that you did. So just looking at this challenge number 4 with the number lines, it says sketch a possible graph. So I know between negative infinity and -3, it's below the x-axis, right? Because it says the bold parts are where the outputs are positive, and aka above the x-axis. When there's no shading, the value of function is negative or below the x-axis. No shading, meaning the value is negative from -3 on, so that's below the x-axis. Okay, so now up here, I can see between -3 and 1, it's bold. That means between -3 and -1 in my graph is above the x-axis. So I did it right there. From -1 to -4, let me do this. Right, from -1 to -4, it's not bold, meaning the graph is below the x-axis, which is why we have this right here. And from 4 to infinity, it's bold, which means this is above the x-axis. All right? So looking at part B, this is bold from negative infinity to -1, meaning all of this is above the x-axis up here. When I get between -1 and 1, which is this part right here, I'm below the x-axis because this is not bolded. So you see me go below the x-axis in this part. Now notice, this one's cool. From 1 to 4, I'm also below the x-axis. But notice, because it has this dot here, an open circle says I need an intercept. So that means I must have, since I'm still below the x-axis, I must have a double root. Because I touch it, and then I bring it back down. And finally, from here to here, I get back above the x-axis, which we can see. So I did my possible equations. X plus 3, this goes with this. X plus 1 goes with this. X minus 4 goes with this. X plus 1 goes with this. X minus 1 squared goes with that one because it's that double root. And x minus 4 goes with that. Notice, 4th degrees, they start above and end above. 3rd degrees start below and end above, right? Odd degree. So what can I say about the graphs of polynomial functions with an even degree compared to the graphs of functions with an odd degree? Odd degrees always start below and end above. Even degrees always start above x and end above x, okay, if they're positive. So that's that part of it. I can't really give you answers for this because you're going to do what you needed to do. But then number 4, it says, without using Desmos, sketch graphs of the following functions. All right? So in A, I have an x-intercept of 0, which I put in right here, x-intercept of -1, and an x-intercept of 3. I started off, that's what I would do. I would just put those 3 right here. I know this is a 3rd degree, which means it's odd, so I know I should start below, go above, go back down, end above. Odd starts at the bottom, ends at the top. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees. It's even. So notice it starts at the top and ends at the top. I would just go, here's my root at 1, here's my root at -2, here's my root at 4, and then I just do what I need to do, start connecting. And finally, you can see the answer for C right there. I'm not going to go through that one as well. So that is challenge 4. Let me go ahead. Oops, wrong thing. Let me go ahead and add a page. Boom, boom. Now let's talk about this Desmos, okay? So you were supposed to get on to Desmos and do these challenges. So I'm going to start with this first one. I have to write the equation of this blue polynomial that we see over here, right? So I see these points. Let me see, boom. So let's see what I got. Okay, if I was going to write an equation, I know this is a 1, 2, 3rd degree. So that's going to go y equals, one of those is going to be x plus 12. One of them is going to be x plus 2. And one of them is going to be x minus 9. That's where I start. So hopefully you all got something like that. But now I need an a value. And again, I'm going to use a point that's not an intercept. So I'm going to use, is that the only point? Is that the point they gave me? Really? 2,250? Okay, x is 3, y is 2,250. I don't know what a is, but I know x is 3. 3 plus 12, 3 plus 2, and 3 minus 9. Man, I'm going to have to pull out. Hey, I don't even have my phone here. Yikes. Well, let's see if I can do this math. Okay, 2250 equals a. 3 and 12 is 15. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 minus 9 is negative 6. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30 times 15 times a. 2,250. I don't know. 15 times 30, 0. 15. Negative 450. A equals 2250. I don't know what that is, but I bet it works out. 450, what? Oh, gosh. 450 times, well, 10 would be 4,500, so maybe 5. Let's see, 450 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. Ooh, I am good. A equals negative 5. Bong, bong. So, if I have y equals negative 5 times x plus 12, x plus 2, x minus 9. Let's see if that works. See if we can make this bad boy work. Okay, so negative 5 times x plus 12 times x let's say x plus 2. Oh, we doing it? Times, what was this other one? X minus 9. X minus 9. Shut up. Woo, look at that. That's beautiful right there. You saw how that matched up? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Mr. Bass is a boss. Take some stuff and plug it in. So hopefully you all saw how I did that math for Polynomial Challenge 4. I'm definitely not going to do all of these, but let's see some other ones. Let's take a look at Polynomial Challenge number 5. Let me clear this bad boy out. Can I erase? How do I? Nope. Nope. I'm gonna just clear this. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, so this next one. I see these points. I see negative 2. I see negative 6. I see 2 and I see 6. Okay, well, we know this is a 4th degree. I have 4 x-intercepts, so I know y equals a times x plus 2 for the minus 2, x plus 6, x minus 2, and x minus 6. All right, 4th degree. I don't have any double roots, so I'm going to use this other value, where it tells me that y equals 3 and x equals negative 135. Ooh, no. Negative 135 plus 2, negative 135 plus 6, negative 135 minus 2, negative 135 minus 6. Oh, I hate that I do not have a calculator. Does this thing have a calculator? Nope. Ugh. Okay. So what's this? Negative 133 times negative 129 times negative 137 times negative 141. I literally have no idea what that is, but if you figure all those out, you'll be able to figure out A. But I really don't know, and I really don't want to do that, so I'm just not. All right, let's see. X is 4. Oh. Oh, snap. I knew something didn't look right. X equals 3 and y equals negative 135. That makes much more sense. Okay, dumb. X. Sorry, guys. We're all trying to live here in the age of coronavirus. 3 plus 2, 3 plus 6, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 6. This is much more doable. 5, 9, negative, 5, 9, 1, and negative 3. 5 times 9 is 45. 45 times negative 3. That's going to be, I'm hecka mad. Is that really what that's going to be? 45 times negative 3. 45 times 3, 15. Negative 135 times A equals negative 135. Are you telling me this bad boy didn't even have an A value? What? All right. X plus 2. X plus 6. X minus 2. Give me that. X minus 2 and X minus 6. Wow. Didn't even have an A value. Ain't that something? All right. Last thing we're going to do, I think we'll do challenge 8. Okay. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. We got double root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a fifth. Okay, so let's try to erase this. I'm guessing there's probably going to be an A value here. And you notice I'm going to keep in my mistake because you know what? We all make mistakes here. And I don't want to record this thing all over. Okay, so I see a double root at negative 6, so I know it's going to be y equals x plus 6 squared. There's my double root. I see a single root at negative 1, so that's x minus 1. I see a double root. This is 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth power. No. Am I missing something? Double, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me, fifth root. And I see a double root at 8, so x minus 8 squared. Okay. Let me just make sure that that's not the answer.